Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 832 of Eating a Sheet of Paper a Day. I'm glad you guys like the new background. It's completely green screened in. We worked very hard on the decorations and the CGI that goes into the decorations. So just know that nothing behind me is real. We're kind of in the middle of my 97-degree garage right now. So if I start sweating, it ain't the paper, it's the environment. But yeah, none of this is real. So all those pictures you see in the back, if anybody's making fun of my pictures of me, affectionately kissing my sister or anything like that, just know it's because it is green screened in and completely CGI, fake, not real. Thank you. Today we are not doing Dr. Pepper because I don't want to overdose or anything like that. So we have the aid of extremely healthy grape juice, and it does not look like grape juice. It looks like cranberry juice mixed with a little bit of period blood, but it's okay because trust me, it's grape juice. I'd show you the bottle, but legs screwed up, so we'll have to just take my word on it. Not like anybody's being a stickler of cranberry juice versus grape juice on a live stream about eating paper, but it's okay. Hello, Velocities, and of course, Mesathula, and of course, a fan favorite, Lance H78, who says his iconic catchphrase, sup, which reminding me of stuff that we have to do. I'm thinking that today is yeah, we're feeling off right now, but it's okay. I'm being a lot more unbiased and just straight up honest with my score. And just because I'm a 4.5 doesn't mean you're going to see me crying any CGI tears or I'm going to be banging my head against the table. It's just because today's not up to snuff. And because I have a fucked up leg, I haven't been able to do anything except sit around, watch YouTube, and complain at my dad because he's making too many loud noises when he's putting away the dishes from the dishwasher. And because of that, I feel like I'm not contributing enough to society. So I figured before the Oscars get streamed, so I'm not in a slump while watching this once in a year annual event, I want to actually make myself feel a little bit good by producing some content on the internet. You guys tell me how legitimate of a outlet this is, because I feel like I've been taking this for granted. I should feel more fulfilled because, after all, I am talking for about half an hour, if not less, if not more, but around the same period of time, putting stuff out there. I have 1,000.0, or no, how do I word this? I fucked that up. 1.05 thousand subscribers now, which is a pretty small number, but for me and my expectations, that's ginormous. So, this is legitimate. I'm producing, so I should feel good about this. So I'm gonna feel like I did something. I'm doing more than zero, right? And now all of the stuff in the live chat has just multiplied times 2 in the time it took for me to say all that. It is my catchphrase. Damn straight it is. I feel like your new catchphrase, I mean, anytime you say something more iconic, then it should kind of override the prior catchphrase. So your new catchphrase is, it's my catchphrase. That's your new catchphrase. The day is fire right now. I know, you're telling me. It's a fucking giant tire fire in the middle of a landfill. My day was about a 5.5 out of 10 because I did nothing besides watch literally me right here, okay? This is like the substance, all right? You're probably like 14, so you're just the younger, more idealized version of me, but we're both equally miserable here. We're just both sitting on our asses watching YouTube. My excuse is that I actually am old now. My body's breaking down, and soon I will be a gravestone in the middle of a empty cornfield, but I've got an addiction to drinking brake fluid. That is very funny and very original, but that's okay because I can. Oh my fucking God. That's just in your bio. I'm sorry. This is somebody who I know on Instagram, and this is just his bio. It's his one-liner that he rehearses in the mirror before he puts it in here. All right. Paper has estrogen. That is actually a myth. That is certain types of paper that is sold over at Target. Okay. They put those chemicals because it actually cheapens the paper so they can sell it for cheaper prices. This stuff is from Staples, and it's enhanced with certain tree fibers, specifically from the maple tree, which is known to contain very tiny but still significant, especially if consumed in large amounts over long periods of time, bits of testosterone, or specifically chemicals when combined with bleach actually trigger testosterone glands in my body to produce more. So fuck you. Has he eaten it yet? I'm in the process. Check it out. I always imagined having some sort of computer graphic in the background with the actual paper showing what percentage of it has been eaten. Because, I mean, my arm will hurt. It'll start cramping if I hold the paper up like this. But, I mean, fuck it. It's the closest that we can do. Oh, yeah. To answer Mesathula's question. Okay, let me just go through chat because this is going way too fast because I feel like I'm streaming at the perfect time here. Yeah, maybe early afternoon is the best time to do this. I don't know, man. It's just that perfect sweet spot. It's too late for me to kind of do it at the beginning of the day to amp myself up, and it's too late for me to do it in the perfect procrastination phase. It's like that perfect phase where I just, whenever I do it, it's just a weird, funky spot. Had a mock trial competition. It went very well. Oh, dude, I'll totally sign up. I'll volunteer as the judge or the accused. That's fine. I can be prosecuted. Just hit 90 subs. Hey, congrats, mister. I mean, I don't blame you. You got good branding. Nice profile picture. Have a good rest of your day. Oh, that's so nice. Velocity's cameo. He popped in for exactly 30 seconds. Paper contains estrogen. That's why your voice sounds so zesty. Thank you, Mr. Pillow. And I will trust somebody who doesn't even capitalize their own name. I entirely trust you. But we already went through this. We already talked about the difference between Target paper and Staples paper. But thank you, Professor. Get better soon. Oh, yeah, I know, right? Has he eaten it yet? Yeah, I know. Okay, hold on. I'm just going back through old shit. I'm older than 14. Okay, fair enough. I'm just estimating. I'm rounding down. I'm sure you're 13 and a half. You're 50. Like, okay, how you don't tell me how old you are. This is, it doesn't need to get too personal. Unless you want to tell me how old you are, in which case I will consider it and we will go forth with that information in our heads. Had a mock trial. Did you dislocate your kneecap? Yes, I did. Okay, so to answer that question, where's my phone? Yeah, it's just it's kind of a workers' comp thing because I was working my job and it gets very physically intense. And I should know that like a lot of people do physical labor to avoid talking to customers. At least when I talk to my coworkers, maybe I'm just with an unusually nihilistic demographic of 30-something-year-old Mexican people, but maybe they in particular just don't like talking to people. But I don't think it's a 30-year-old thing or a Mexican thing or both. I think that it's just a physical labor thing. And I like talking to people. That's the crazy thing. And I put a lot of extra effort into customer interaction. So it's like I'm putting in twice the amount of work for one half the pay. What the hell, man? Although I do get tipped out for my conversations, but I mean, I don't want to just rely on that. So I'm just thinking to myself, I could alternatively be doing less physical work for a job that actually pays higher because jobs where I'm just talking or sitting at a register at the box office at a movie theater, those do pay a little more. So I'm just like, do I want to break my body down just because I'm complacent and I don't want to actually, sign up for a job that serves my strengths a little better? I'm 97. Aw, that's so sweet. I think you might know my grandmother. Well, not anymore. She's dead. But hey, congrats on surviving World War One. You're 97. Take a testosterone test. Oh, don't worry, I did. My doctor had to in order to make sure that I would grow hair on my balls. And spoiler alert, I did. It just took a little while. I'm just a bit of a late bloomer. No big deal. Some guys say the line Lance is my catchphrase. Okay, that's good. And sorry, I'm just skimming these because you guys are very active today. You guys are giving me so much, and I can only give back what I can. What is your job? You're doing physical labor at? Oh yeah, come down to pizza. Well, I won't be there for the time being, but in about 2 weeks, I got very lucky. But oh yeah, I forgot to show you this. What is it? This picture. Where is it? It's all the way down here because it's 4 years old, right? Everybody's seen this picture, specifically you, Mesethula, but this happened 4 years ago. As you can see, my knee looks a little abnormal. And since this happened, my ligaments never grew back exactly the same for some strange reason. I don't know. I guess that's not how a knee's supposed to be. I don't know. I tried my best. But since this happened, I've been constantly redislocating it and then relocating it because, it goes out of place. And then, of course, I'm like, that's not where your kneecap's supposed to be. So I just pop it back in. But after a while, it kind of loosens your ligaments up because we never got surgery for it. We just kind of toughed it out, which, by the way, is indicative, excuse my pronunciation, of testosterone. Thank you very much, Professor Pillow. But yeah, eventually we kind of just gave up, and now I'm serving the consequences of that because for the first time since that initial incident, my kneecap went completely perpendicular again. But it's weird because my kneecap popped out a good 3 inches from where it should be. But when the doctor analyzed it, apparently no ligaments got torn. In the words of the doctor, they're just really pissed off. Highly advised I don't put weight on my leg for the next 2 to 3 weeks, but it'll heal up quite quickly. It's basically a sprain, even though my kneecap, went perpendicular to how it should go, which is kind of crazy. So, I was just watching someone else's stream, but now I'm watching you. Damn, you're a stream whore. You're unfaithful. You'll just go from person to person. Why don't you be polyamorous? Get 2 computer screens and set both of them up. I mean, shit, that's what I do. You should probably get surgery for it eventually. It'll have much more complications. I know, I know. I mean, it already is arthritic. I wake up and there's a pain and I just feel like stretching it impulsively. It's messed up. I don't know what arthritis means. I'm on mobile. Do like a weird split screen. Apple kind of lets you do it, even though it randomly pauses it every single time you try to pop anything else up. Like even if I'm scrolling Game Pigeon 8 Ball text, it'll just randomly pause the little mini YouTube player it pops up. I don't understand Apple anymore. I don't even think they understand themselves anymore, but whatever. Well, that's the good question, monkey type shit. It's going to be probably something that'll involve us having to sell this house. I mean, sell the green screen behind me where all those CGI pictures are. That's not real. But I'm saying that I'm going to lose, or we're going to lose as a family because I still live here. But, I think uh, my parents are in a bit of a hole, and I'm trying to financially support them because I'm working a bunch of jobs. I'm working 3 jobs right now. They're very part time, all 3 of them. So 3 part-time jobs, they amount to 1 normal full-time job. So it's fine. Don't worry. I'm not torturing myself. You only see like 1/3 of a dark circle under my eyes, so I'm okay. I'm really okay. I feel like saying that I work 3 jobs sounds concerning, but it really isn't. So, but yeah, it's probably expensive. Wait, so most definitely expensive that we didn't even bother looking into it. Like we already know it's going to be unaffordable for now. Now, when arthritis starts popping up in my mid 20s, I'm sure I'll be able to afford it by then because I will have made it as a SoundCloud rapper. So we're just waiting for that to happen. I'll eventually put some raps out. It'll take some time. I need to learn the rest of the alphabet first. But yeah, I should get a surgery for it. Arthritis is not repairable. No, it really is. Just chop off your leg. I mean, if it's bothering you, I mean, no leg, no pain. I can be one of those really, really cool amputees on a wheelchair, and I'll be able to win every single Toastmaster speech I give. Sympathy points. Also, will get me some diversity higher points as well, so I can also just make more money. Actually, yeah, less legs, more money. I'm willing to make that trade off. Won't be able to be a jazz drummer anymore. So I'll have to weigh the options on that one. Let's see. Look up Uncle Samsonite. Well, hey, listen, Ian, have you heard my government conspiracies rap? It was when I was 17, a long time ago, but trust me, I spit facts there, all right? How many facts have you spit? I've listened to your music. You've spat a couple of mosquito related malaria facts, but not nearly enough to outdo the informative nature of my government secrets conspiracy song. So I'm just holding people accountable for their hypocrisy. All right. Drop the SoundCloud link. Go to my main channel. Go to my main channel, Good Content, which is in the channels tab of this channel. And then scroll down to like 2021 to my government secrets video. It should have a picture of Joe Biden with the Photoshop liquefy feature stretching his mouth out to about half the screen. Also, I do believe there is a small JPEG of Bill Cosby in the lower left corner. That's how you'll be able to identify it. That's my watermark. Got to switch to Spotify. Yeah, they wouldn't let me upload it. Trust me, I tried, and they had some weird scan thing, and they determined that me mentioning Bill Cosby by name was not allowed, even though Bill Cosby has like 70 albums on Spotify. So, big taxes, they're out to get us. Did I say Ian? Sorry, I'm thinking of my saxophone teacher. No. I meant Mr. 77, Mosquito Lover, which, of course, you and I are artistic colleagues. Did I look up Uncle Samsonite when I talked about it that one stream? I don't even remember you mentioning it. This is how much of a deadbeat I am. You see, this is how I'm going to lose all my viewers. I'm disrespectful. Don't remember anything. Let me look this up. I feel like if I wanted to look it up, I could have easily done that because, I have a phone. Okay. Oh, I see. So hopefully I'll watch this back, which of course I always do in my sleep. And when this is playing, which of course I sleep to every night, I can remember this part. Thank you, NYT. I don't even have a subscription to you anymore. What is that? So I can remember this. I'm showing this on screen. This is permanently on the stream, so I can remember to watch it later. And for anybody who's watching who's interested, this is a recommendation from Lance H78. It's called Uncle Samsonite. I don't know what this is. It's a TV program. Oh, it's a web series. I should have known. I mean, it looks like it was made in TF2. It probably was. Okay. What do I use for beat making? GarageBand on my phone. I did get Logic Pro. It was a birthday present. I feel ashamed I haven't used it at all. I should. I'm just going to experiment. I do know how to slip a phone underneath the crack of a bathroom door, and my dad's monstrous noises he makes when he's on the toilet. They are insane. And I figured I could use the sample pack, that I could get from that, which I already have a bunch of that recorded since 2018. I've been recording my dad's bathroom noises, and I've been putting them into kind of a drum sample pack thing. I've been perfecting it. I haven't really unveiled it yet, but I could totally make it work. I did use it on my AAA album, an absolutely awesome auditory album. This was about 5 years ago in 2020. Also on the main channel. Check that out. Check out the I Have Money song where I have sex with Obama at the very end. That was an awesome skit. So, get cracked FL Studio. Well, now I'm going to have to buy a whole new thing, Mr. Shit. So, listen, I'm just going to settle on this one for now. I'm just glad I have something that's slightly better than the voice memos app on my phone. So, I'm just going to be thankful for what I got. I don't need the most expensive shit. I mean, it's not me buying an inferior piece of technology that'll make me fail as an artist. It's just my own incompetence, It's not really about the technology. People always buy the cool technology to cope with the fact that they just suck at their jobs. So, the strawberry cream DP is a no from me, but it is creamy. Even Brandon, the most Dr. Pepper critical gentleman I know, tried it and acknowledged that it's better than the original and that it's in general a good one. I just think you guys are scared as men at ingesting something with cream in its name. I don't know, man. Just gulp it down and be a fucking real man. Voice memo is cool. I use it all the time. I recorded 6 episodes of the Brian Case podcast on there. And of course, I'll still keep using it, but I want to plug my assets that I get from voice memos, especially because that's all I can use to record the sample drum packs from my dad's bathroom toilet. But I want to plug that into Logic Pro, right? It's not just about one transaction. You need an additional middleman, and that is what Logic Pro is. Here, which episode do you guys want to watch? Brian Case podcast episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. I'll wait. The first number I see will just play it because I think there's a lot of stuff I say in these podcasts that are very insightful. So it's your guys' choice. 7? You're picking the one that I made like 4 years after. All right, sure. Hello, welcome to the Brian Case podcast. Today we'll be discussing... That's the worst one, but 4 is pretty good. My personal favorites too, but... Keep note, this was in 2018, so it was about 8 years ago. Nope, that's not good math. That was 7 years ago. I like the ending into this one, though. It's kind of a twist. So we're kind of using space and also occupying space in a way that's meticulous, and we try to, it's just throwing listeners for a loop. I have not made this public, but I mean, this is kind of breaking the seal. It's out now. I'm glad you guys like it. I feel like it's something I've been a little sheepish about, but I just know that it's kind of it's an audacious, but at the same time bold vision that artistically I don't think the public is ready for. But not to worry. When they hear Brian Case podcast episode 2, they will understand the vision. My voice has gotten deeper since then. How old was I when I recorded? I was like 15. That's crazy. That is actually fucked up. That's how long I've had this Apple thing for. I got to switch to Android right now. Leave my past behind. Okay. We have now found the message to pin. Thank you, Mr. Shit. And Lanch H78, this is good. You're kind of getting, on a technical level, analyzing the sound, the sonic ingredients of my podcast. So I appreciate it. Hey, thank you. Okay. We're getting close to done here. I'm still tired, and it's been a very mediocre day for the worst reasons, too. It's not like I'm out here striving and I'm crippling under the weight of my own achievements. Not that at all. I'm doing nothing, and that's why I'm doing this right now. So, yeah, it's been a lackluster day, and it's still lackluster after the stream, but it's the way it is. We do this stream every day, so they're not all going to be winners. But thank you for coming over here. I really appreciate the engagement. It's always fun, and grape juice does go well with paper. I now know this. Mm. What did I think about Eternal Sunshine? Well, I mean, I already knew my own thoughts on it because I had seen it about 7 times before, but actually, even when watching it again, I get new details, new ideas, new things I notice. It's so insane that it's a movie that is made by such an inaccessible writer and director. And Michael Gondry never made a movie as successful as this. Charlie Kaufman never made a movie as accessible as this. But mainstream audiences don't even know who these guys are, but they know the movie, because the movie itself is a unique moment where such an ambitious idea from such ambitious, inaccessible filmmakers just so happened to strike gold and really just hit it big. And it's a household name when it comes to movies. I just don't see enough people talking about just how fucking golden this movie is. And people still talk about how it's one of the greatest of all time. But when you watch it and you really soak in what the movie is, I still don't think it gets enough recognition. So, yeah, it's really a one of a kind movie. And I've seen a lot of movies, and my 4 favorites still have it almost at the very top. So, if that means anything, so good. What did I notice this time? Oh fuck! Because I always think of these new. There was a detail at the end. Because like the first thing that people notice on the first watch is, and I'm not going to spoil this for anybody because there are 3 other people here aside from you and I, so I don't want to have them get upset at me because I fucked up the movie because that would actually be demonic of me to do. So I'll just say the thing with the scraped up car. I mean, that's what people notice on the first watch, and then you notice the part where Joel goes, "You should see my journal. It's all blank." The thing that Brandon and I noticed the next time going around is at the beginning and end of the movie, he's holding this glass and he's looking at it in a very interesting way. He's almost looking at it like a blurry image from an old family photo album. He kind of thinks he recognizes it, but kind of also doesn't. Just little things like that. And the directors were like, look at it in this specific way. And most audience members, even ones who have seen it 7 times like me, don't even fucking notice it. Maybe that's just my fault. But seriously, that's very clearly an intentional detail, and it's very cool. Do I like Heat? I thought it was all right. I gave it a 6 out of 10. I think it has a lot of star power. To me, if I were even when I think of it in a vacuum, it just seems to me just like a very relatively high quality, highly produced episode of like CSI or something like that. When it comes to the plot, when it comes to what happens, the interactions and what happens in the movie is not that special. It just has a really, really good cast. And it's like a above average episode of like maybe a really good Law and Order episode with a little extra espionage, but maybe I need to rewatch it. Just everybody said it was the greatest movie ever, and I was just disappointed. I was like, what? Have I watched Death Note? I don't even. I mean, I've heard of it. If you're talking about the movie that has a 1.2 on Letterboxd, hell yeah, I'll put that on. I'll put that on in the middle of an airplane, embarrass myself in front of like 15 people. Yeah, no, exactly. That's my question. Mm. Yeah, I wish I watched more. I think it's because my first impressions on anime were ruined when a really, really nerdy 6th grade classmate of mine forced me, basically at gunpoint, to watch the first couple episodes of My Hero Academia, and I didn't like it. I was like, it's so melodramatic. And the way they were doing it, it definitely seemed like a formula. And I test watched a couple other animes that I don't even remember, and I kind of gave up on it. And I'm like, yeah, there's very clearly a formula to it. And I'm not playing the whole high horse thing. Listen, I appreciate that there's a lot of merit, and I'm sure there's lots of really good anime things out there, and I would love to get into it. It's just, I don't know. I think it's just when all the line work mostly looks the same, and I can tell a big reason why people are into anime. It's not because of the quality of the movie. It's because it has a very kind of cutesy, easily fandomed, or what's the word? Fandomable, or something that you could just like buy a drawing of and hang it up on your wall and it can aesthetically please you. It seems more like an exercise in vibes and feeling and surface level appearance rather than substance. Because I even tried watching one of the greatest anime movies ever, and this was the ultimate litmus test, which was Spirited Away. I watched Spirited Away, and I thought it was good. I thought it was like maybe a 7 out of 10, maybe an 8 out of 10 on an excellent day where maybe I took some extra drugs that morning. But I'm like, people were treating it like it is the equivalent of like Taxi Driver or something like that. It is the very, very, very best the genre had to offer. Maybe those people are wrong and maybe it just doesn't fit my taste personally. But from the advice of a friend, I've watched My Hero Academia, the Hunter x Hunter movie, or not movie, the show, and the Spirited Away movie. Those are the only three I've seen, but they're supposedly the top of the crop, the very best the genre has to offer. And I thought it was just okay. So that doesn't bode well, because there's just so many things in Western animation, in live action American stuff, in French cinema, in South Korean cinema, live action cinema, that is, stuff that to me just has a lot more substance and consistency of quality than anime does. Not that there are probably some really great properties out there that I haven't seen, but when I've seen three of what the American public considers to be the three very best the entire genre has to offer, I could be quick to say that their judgment sucks ass, or I could be quick to go, hey, maybe this is a genre that just isn't for me. Maybe the genre is more based off of vibes and how cute the characters look rather than actually providing a substantive experience that is interesting. Because every main character seems the same. Every single conflict seems the same. The pacing and the line work and the animation style of each of these shows seems the exact fucking same, with some exceptions. So I remember I got into this with Mr. Opinion years ago, but yeah, it's just I see the appeal, but I fail to see how that appeal could work on me. And it's like I just enjoy different things in TV shows. I like animation. I mean, Adventure Time all the way. You name me a single anime that can outdo Adventure Time, at least in my eyes. Like the things that Adventure Time does well. Not season 1 where they were making piss jokes and it was basically a children's show exclusively for little babies. Past the first like 15 episodes, but when things get really interesting, the way it's written, you can tell they're not relying on anything as a crutch except for the quality of the show. I am sure there's animes out there that do this. I just have not found them. But when I'm trying to find these things using what people say are the very best the medium of anime has to offer. Have I watched Attack on Titan? No, I have not, actually. That'd be a good one. Maybe I should get into that. I should torrent a copy of that. Illegal MP4 off a website. Cowboy Bebop has good jazz. That's another one, yeah. So, I mean, there you go. Those are two that people have said are the very best as well, and I just have not gotten into that one. So, AOT is a slog, but that's me. Dang, we already got people who are starting to be contrarians in this chat. Samurai Champloo. I've never heard of those two. I've heard of the other two that you guys brought up. What's your take on Spirited Away? Yeah, I just thought it was okay. I didn't think it was that insane or anything like that. I got the whimsy of it. It just seemed. This is the problem I had with those like Ghibli movies or whatever they're called, right? Because they're very well made, but it's just an Alice in Wonderland thing where it's like, okay, main character who is basically a blank slate goes into room, meets weird creature does weird thing, takes a giant shit on the carpet, and then main character goes, damn, that's weird, moves on to next room. The cycle repeats. And I mean, with a movie like Spirited Away, that works. The only other movie from that studio I saw was The Boy and the Heron, and that was a miserable watch because for one, the main character sucked. I mean, at least the Spirited Away character had a little bit of personality, but I'm just like, yeah, this thing became very popular and you're just trying to replicate it. But I can tell that a lot of the people who enjoy movies like that, even though they're good, specifically Spirited Away, not Boy and the Heron, I gave that one a controversial 4 out of 10. But I just think it's just short-term thinkers. I think it's just people who go, oh man, this thing that's happening right now is really cool right now in this one specific scene, but they're not zooming out and thinking about the whole movie. Because if you're summing it up, what happens in Spirited Away? She goes on an adventure, meets a bunch of crazy characters, and nothing about it's wrong, but that's it. And I've seen stuff like that happen before. It's like, okay, you've presented a well-made, well-presented piece of animation, but when none of the things that are there come together in a cohesive fashion, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe the big-nosed lady is a metaphor for socialism or something, or many other inappropriate political parallels I'm not going to get into, but Oh my God, what has this chat become? This is why when people bring up anime, I should have known. You guys would have morphed this into something completely alien to what it started. Like, what did you guys start off by talking about? Good afternoon, sup, and now we're talking about Attack on Titan. What have we become? Okay. All right, that was good. That was the second to last piece. This is the last piece. My bad. No, don't apologize or anything like that. I mean, you're out here just being honest. You know, you're just pointing out the fact that yes, this might have some estrogen level qualities. I think this is the Staples paper, but it could be Target paper. My parents are trying to be cost effective, going to different places to get cheapest materials from different places. So, you know, you guys are right. I could be intaking estrogen, and a vagina might appear on the side of my neck by tomorrow. So, you mean you never know. You guys are just being honest. I shouldn't slight you for that. Okay. Last piece. I wanted to say thank you so much. I apologize for being closed-minded towards certain specific animation mediums. However, maybe I'm just getting unlucky. I'm watching all the wrong ones for me. But thank you for the recommendations. Attack on Titan, right? And then the second one, fuck, you just brought one up. Oh no, this whole thing started off by you bringing up Death Note. I haven't seen that either. And then Cowboy Bebop or whatever it's called. Those three, holy trinity right there. I'll give it a try. No promises on the immediacy of me trying it, but when I see it, I'll get back to you guys on it, give you my thoughts and my score out of 10. I have so many friends, like Emerald keeps telling me that I should immediately watch it. She has like 5 posters of Cowboy Bebop on her wall. So I had fun talking to you. Aw, thank you. Cheers to that. Thanks for the ego boost. Hopefully I'll kind of process that when I'm watching the Oscars and feel good about myself. I'm having a bad day. I really don't know why. So can you guys tell? Can you guys tell I'm kind of just in the wrong headspace? So it is what it is. Do I vape? No, I've been avoiding doing that. I feel like every time I take an inhale, it'll kill one brain cell. But Parth, it's been a while. I think I remember you from middle school, right? We were in drumline together. And you came in at the worst time. I just finished eating the final piece. Not to worry. You'll come in tomorrow. You'll get the post notification. Make sure to subscribe. But not just that, click on the bell so you get every single notification. Because sometimes when I do pre-recordings, that's one type of notification. Personalized notifications are a big fucking lie. I've tried to do this. Maybe it's because it's on mobile, but they don't let you actually personalize the notifications. So there's no promise that you'll get my live stream notifications. I don't know how it works, but just to be safe so you don't come in at the very end, make sure to turn that bell to every single notification part. That's how you'll get every single installment of this series. Yeah, make sure you physically assault and torture that like button and curb stomp that subscribe button. Give that shit a concussion. Thank you, Parth. Thank you, monkey type shit. Thank you, Lanch H78. Thank you so much. Come on, let's go up. Thank you, McBurgerness, Mesathula, Mosquito Lover 77, Mr. Pillow, Momo for that epic one-liner, Warty Foot, Matey. Am I missing anybody? Velocities. Did I already say his name? I probably did. That's a lot of people. Holy crap. And I will see you tomorrow. Excuse me, before I got rudely interrupted by my grape juice. I will see you tomorrow. That'll be day 833, I think. Make sure to live, laugh, cry, and also not die. And until next time, this is goodbye. Making my day just a little bit better, gentlemen. So thank you. I will see you tomorrow. The end.